On this edition of the First Corps Field Report, soldiers participate in live fire training, former NFL players help soldiers cope with deployment, and mechanics in Afghanistan help to keep things running. Hello, and welcome to the First Corps Field Report. I'm Army Staff Sergeant Elwin Lovelace. Being able to operate as a team is an essential task for infantry units. Army Sergeant Brett Perkins went out with the Raider Ready Reserves as they conducted team live fire training.
The basis for any infantry mission begins at the team level. Members of teams must be able to work together. For the members of the Raider Ready Reserve, teamwork is especially important. These soldiers may fight beside people they've never trained with.
Just getting, psyched up to actually, run into gunfire, making sure you can get down on the ground, shoot, return fire, and keep moving.
During a live fire exercise, these soldiers and team leaders learned and perfected these vital skills.
All right, give me this report.
This is basically for the team leader, learn how to control his guys, and for his guys to be able to listen to him and react with him under fire and under distress.
These soldiers may be designated for deployment to the 4th Brigade, 2nd Infantry Division at any time. For their mission to be able to continue successfully, deployed leaders must be able to trust these newly deployed soldiers.
Walk it in there, let's go.
I have a few buddies over there. I just haven't been able to talk to them much with all the work they're doing. So I heard it's pretty crazy though.
For the First Corps Field Report, I'm Army Sergeant Brett Perkins.
Set fire!
Fresh off a 9-month deployment in Afghanistan, the 42nd Military Police Brigade is settling back in at Joint Base Lewis McChord. Their first order of business, welcoming a new command team. Colonel Robert Teradash and Command Sergeant Major Don Ripplemeyer relinquished their respective commands with the 42nd Military Police Brigade in a change of command and change of responsibility ceremony.
It seems like yesterday that Sergeant Major Ripplemeyer and I took command on this very field. 3 years is a long time, but we're both satisfied, proud, humbled by the spirit of these warriors, and thankful that we could serve our nation and serve so many with integrity of action.
Under the leadership of Teradash and Ripplemeyer in Afghanistan, the 42nd conducted theater-level detention operations and assisted in establishing an Afghan National Army Military Police Division.
Our mission in Afghanistan began with a bang and didn't slow down, but it was such an honor to lead in that strategically sensitive operation and transition into a huge security force assistance mission so we could turn detention ops over to the Afghans.
Both Teradash and Ripplemeyer will move on to the 1st Corps Command Initiative Group. Another recently redeployed unit came home to much appreciation from a local group. The Seattle Post of the Society of American Military Engineers presented the 14th Engineer Battalion with a Merit Award and a $1,000 contribution to the Able Soldier and Family Fund for the work the battalion did during its deployment to Afghanistan from 2011 to 2012.
They did a tremendous job, and I think they got recognized for that. Had over 722 IED events, cleared or fines. So with that, our soldiers did a good job, and that's how they're being recognized.
The ABLE Fund is a brigade-level program that assists 555th Engineer Brigade soldiers and families in times of need. For the soldiers of 4th Brigade 2nd Infantry Division still in Afghanistan, keeping things running smoothly at Combat Outpost Kinjikak isn't always easy. Sometimes it requires wearing different hats.
Well, outside of my primary MOS, which is 91 Sierra, strike mechanic, we're also here to do the recovery missions, where we work from anything as big as strikers, 60Ks, to something as little as the kitchen sink. Earlier today, we're trying to clean up our Class 4 yard, so we're taking the generator and we're basically taking it back to Soja in hopes that we'll get a turnaround time, say approximately 7 days, give us a working one, and we can basically just split the power. So that way our one big generator can have less of a load and run more efficiently. So we do a lot of uploading, we do a lot of clips where we pick up materials, i.e. food, supplies, POL, things like that. We do what we can, we're here to help out, try to keep the morale up, and that's what we're here for. The way I explain it to my Joe is basically, it's a small cob They don't have a lot of help here, and we're all they got. So we try to do the best we can to keep this place up and running.
Coming up, we'll show you how former NFL players are helping soldiers heal.
Check out the updated Army Strong Stories website, now with more ways to explore soldier stories and topics that interest you. ArmyStrongStories.com is the U.S. Army's premier blogging program where soldiers, cadets, and Army supporters can share their authentic perspectives on military life. View photos, read stories, and watch videos from thousands of soldiers from a variety of Army ranks and careers. Recently launched topic pages allow visitors the opportunity to view a variety of content categorized by areas of interest. Whether you're looking for more information about basic combat training or want to find out about educational opportunities in the Army, these pages come equipped with many helpful articles and one-click access to GoArmy.com for additional information on any career of interest to you. Now you can also take Army Strong Stories with you wherever you go. The updated site is fully responsive and accessible from any mobile or tablet device. A universal iOS app is also available for iPhone and iPad users as a free download. You can even share your story directly from the app. Visit ArmyStrongStories.com today to get started. Real soldiers, real people, real stories. Army Strong Stories.
When you replace sleep with energy drinks, you take away the rest your body needs. You fuel it with sugar and caffeine that gives you an artificial rush of energy. But that energy doesn't last. And eventually, you're going to crash.
Welcome back. When service members sustain physical injuries while deployed, recovery is a top priority. Specialist Josiah Dixon shares how one group of former NFL players stressed the importance of getting help and beginning the healing process.
Soldiers and airmen from Joint Base Lewis McChord attended an event hosted by the Real Warriors campaign at the Nelson Recreation Center. The event allowed service members and former professional football players to find common ground on issues like reintegration and psychological trauma. Players discussed how seeking and finding help was beneficial to them.
Some of my heroes are the ones that are injured, but they're reaching out to try and get help. And it gave me the strength to go and ask for help myself.
Real Warriors is a multimedia campaign designed to encourage help-seeking behavior and eliminate stigma among service members and veterans coping with invisible wounds.
Athletes and soldiers go through the exact same things, and it just gives me opportunity to really share my story that, you may go through things after you retire, that if you get some help, then you'll be successful in life.
After the event, service members and their families got a chance to talk to the players while watching a game on the big screen. From Joint Base Lewis McChord, I'm Specialist Josiah Dixon.
When soldiers return home from a deployment, it's the little things that can make a big difference. Army Sergeant Nathaniel Phillips shares how small upgrades can pay big dividends in morale.
Arrowhead soldiers occupy new barracks on Joint Base Lewis McChord. The new building is part of the 1st Sergeant's Barracks program and is the second of its kind for the Arrowhead Brigade. 2 soldiers will share a kitchen furnished with a full-sized range, refrigerator, and a washer and dryer with their private rooms attaching.
They feel more like apartments rather than just spaces you share with another individual. With these, it feels like you have more personal space rather than the old ones who just kind of crammed in one space.
The new barracks will house 200 2nd Battalion, 3rd Infantry Regiment soldiers from the Arrowhead Brigade and should bolster their morale as they return from Afghanistan.
Each time those soldiers move from the old barracks to the new barracks, there's an uplift of the way they maintain things and just their different outlook.
Reporting for the 3rd Stryker Brigade, 2nd Infantry Division, I'm Army Sergeant Nathaniel Phillips.
That does it for this edition of the First Corps Field Report. To see these stories and more, visit our Facebook page at facebook.com/5thMPAD. I'm Army Staff Sergeant Elwin Lovelace. Thanks for watching.